Okay, let's start where we left off. This is my mother when she first went to Loma Linda, Colombia. And this is she and my father. Sometimes I call them Grandpa and Grandma because this is for my children, but their mom and dad. As they were missionaries in Colombia, they were teachers. So there's mom with all her books, and there's mom and dad. Just a lot of different shots of them, you know? There they are canoeing with some friends, and there's daddy in Portolleras, and there's our beautiful dog, Bonoi. If we ever have a beautiful dog like that, that would be wonderful. And there's Grandma hanging out in the hammock, and she did like the hammock, actually. So Grandma was a teacher of missionary children. In that picture, um, I think that's Natasha and Lau and Kurt Metzger. I think that's it. And then Daddy was a radio operator for some time as well. He did a lot of different jobs besides teaching biology, and Mom was in productions of Christmas productions. There she is with all of her first and kindergartners. Kept pretty busy. Dad also got really, this is him working. This is what he looked like. He really fit in quite well with the other men because he looked a lot like the Colombians there with his bushy beard. And anyway, they really enjoyed being missionaries. Sometimes it was a bit hard to handle all the pressure from the um, different things that happened. For example, this is my dad. Um, he's burying someone. He's digging out the grave site, for the casket there in Loma Linda. I'm not sure who it was to bury. He helped dig the grave for a couple of Indians that died there, and also for Chet Bitterman when he was killed by the M19. Here's some more pictures of Grandma. We were saving a lot of pictures, but where we were saving them, their basement got flooded, so we don't have a lot of those pictures anymore. But Grandma spent many years my mother spent many years teaching kindergarten, and then it was mostly kindergarten. In Loma Linda, it was kindergarten. I think maybe once it was third grade, or maybe that was here in the U.S. It was third grade. Anyway, this is a part of my dad's history that I did not like because he was teaching the Indians how to animal husbandry skills to introduce new food items into their culture. Well, some of those were family pets. These are rabbits. I believe that was Cottontail and Fluffy. And good eating. That wasn't very nice, though. And he'd also teach them different things. One of the few times we used the airplanes, usually we did everything by road. We'd go by road from Loma Linda to Puerto Lleras to Villavicencio to Bogota. And that all took a whole lot of time, and we had a whole lot of stops by the military when we went between Meta to Cundinamarca, just regular road stops to make sure everything was okay. So, while my parents were teaching, that's the library there in the background, I was going to school there, and these were some of my schoolmates. There's Jody Whistler and Becca and Scott Stolte and my mom. We had a lot of athletic events. And this is where I learned to love to read, at Grandma Miller's house. That was a wonderful time. It was very sheltered. This is one of my first cats. I love black cats. I love any color cat, actually. And here I am at 7 years of age, now that I've grown up a little bit. And that's when I got my cast and when I got my new thumb that I hadn't had until then. And that was a very interesting part of my history as well. Okay, my grandmother used to live in Colombia as well. And we worked on the same okay, in the background, I think that's her house in Loma Linda, yes. And here's another picture of her, black and white. Actually, I think black and white looks better than, it just depends. And these old photos, and we used to get around by motorcycle. And there's my mom, and there's my grandma. And we eat a lot of fish, too. And this is what my dad looked like, because, let's say, he said he lost his razor in Bogota, and since then he just went ahead and grew it out. And that's the end of those pictures. So we'll go find some more.